Hey everyone, welcome back to I Told My Wife I'm Paying Bills. I'm Slim.
I am Black, aka the Raging Bull X.
Chris, how y'all doing?
All right. And we are back for our spooky season finale, y'all. It has been a very, very wild season. We did a lot of upgrades. We did went to a couple Comic Cons. We did a couple different things. And we are moving forward to actually upgrading to video. So we're going to be on video really soon. Black and I are getting our equipment straight so we can actually do that and bring that content to y'all soon. You'll actually be able to see us more on TikTok now, and seeing just more. At one point, we're going to do a live show. It's going to take a minute. I promise y'all, though, we will be doing it. And like I've been promising the video, we are pretty much almost right there. And I'm probably going to do another live video episode around the holidays when we usually take off. Like when we usually have like a little off time, we only do like one or two per holiday during the holidays. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go ahead and do a couple of live videos for y'all for that. So, how's everything going, fellas? You realize y'all are
I,
shaking your
I,
head,
I,
but they can't see you.
well, no, no,
But
no. I was waiting for seeing you.
yeah, I was waiting for you.
All right, so Chris, how are you doing today?
There you
How's
go,
everything been
host.
going?
There you go, host.
There you go.
Host.
There you
Get
go.
on your job, host.
It's been a long day, but it's been pretty good though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, been playing anything new recently?
Yes, matter of fact, I've been going in lately. Matter of fact, I got in a little bit of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Messed around with matter of fact, got a little bit more into the Hot Wheels Unleashed game. Man, I've been flitting around a little bit and do a little bit more blueprints and yeah, been fun.
Nice.
Matter of fact, just been kind of branching out just a little bit.
Oh, word. What about you, Black? What's going on with you? What's new with you?
Hey, man. Other than game that you made us play, the last time we actually, got together on the game, I've been doing fine. Other than that, that's a small little
Word,
dark, little uh part in time that I remember. So
word,
I've been
word.
doing great. Been almost beat Doom the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
I only got that one last stage, and yeah, I'm ready to go.
Oh, it was
I
so
like it.
fun.
I like how you added that. You was like, yeah, other than that game you made me play, that game you made us play. So, everyone, if in case you're wondering what he's talking about, he's talking about the game we're going to be reviewing tonight. Um, Again, this is our spooky season's finale. I had to bring spooky content to y'all. So the first thing that I came to my mind is I wanted the fellas to try Dead by Daylight. I had talked about it on our first spooky season. Well, I don't know if it was our first episode or our first spooky season finale, but I had kind of briefly talked about it a little bit, and it wasn't. I don't think it was our first episode because our first episode was more of an intro. So I think it might have been our second episode that I talked about it. Anyway, um, but I wanted to kind of get into a spooky game, and over the years, there's been all kind of different horror games, survival horror games. You had, Resident Evil, you had Left for Dead, Doom. What's that other one that you had talked about on it was like on a space station or a spaceship, Black, like many episodes ago, like
Oh, you talk about Dead Space?
Dead Space. There you go. Another one, another horror one. So there's many different types of horror games, and I just wanted to play one I was familiar with, and I wanted get the fellas take on it. So, this past week I got them on, and we played Dead by Daylight, and we're gonna go into that shortly. But also, we're gonna go into a little off the cuff. We did the last off the cuff, and that was actually pretty fun. So we're gonna do a Halloween related off the cuff as well. Just a little bit of talks, and this is gonna be a kind of a quick episode, 30-45 minutes or so. But I really wanted to kind of just go into this game because we really did. We played it really, really quickly, and then after that, we got off, and we was just like, yeah, we weren't. We all had different issues with the game. So I got them to actually try it out, and we all had different opinions and different takes on it. It was fun though. I actually posted on our TikTok a video of me hiding from Chucky to the very last minute. I think it was our last game of that night, and it was the last board. It was the last whatever, and I was the last survivor, and I survived Chucky. So that was actually pretty fun. Like the hatch opened up right beside me, and I was able to jump out of the my hiding space and jump in the hatch. And it was so funny too. I don't know if I can't remember if I told y'all guys, but somebody in one of those games got so mad because they called me useless. They sent me a Xbox message and said useless, and I was just like, me being the a-hole I am, I was just like, thanks, and I just blocked them. So, but anyway, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and jump into Dead by Daylight. And first off though, before we get into it though, fellas, what was your first thoughts when I said we're gonna play this game?
Well, I thought that as far as being in the right time of the season, I thought it was great. I mean, I didn't as far as survival, I didn't know how it was going to go. I read a
Mhm.
little bit about the game, and that I wasn't sure exactly how much uh I didn't think I didn't know what I was going to think. So it was one of those.
Okay.
All right, well, let's just throw myself out there. I think I used sacrificial lamb as the term. And
Yeah.
boy was I.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you still did pretty well. You did really well. What about you, Chris? What was your thoughts?
My first thoughts were that I was gonna have a whole bunch of technical issues, which I did.
Uh-huh.
No, but for real though, yeah, I'd seen a couple of some videos of it and being played, so yeah, I was really curious about it. So it didn't disappoint at all. It was although yeah, it was fun. It was, but yeah, I'd seen some videos of it and I was really curious about it. So yeah, I was kind of glad you actually get a chance to try it out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was fun. It was really fun. So for those who don't know, Dead by Daylight it's an online survival horror, like I said, game, and it was published by Behavior Interactives, some Canadian studio. I don't know what other games they do. I'd have to look up and see what other games they do. However, it was published by them, and it's a 1v4 game where one person plays the killer. And also, I guess I need to put a disclaimer out there, I guess, for people. But I mean, if you see in the title, it's this horror thing. But I understand if there's people who are sensitive from different things that's being said. Warning, I guess. Anyway, so it's a 1v4 game. I believe my daughter said they actually had other versions. I think it was like a 2 versus 8 or something like that. But also, like they had other modes, different times. But one person plays the killer, a variety of different killers you can play, and then you also have 4 survivors, and the 4 survivors are running around the board trying to they're trying to fix these generators that's providing power to a gate. And this gate, once the gate is powered up from however many generators are on that board, once the gate is powered up, you it makes this loud like sound almost like the purge. And it makes a loud sound, and you gotta all run towards the gate, and somebody's gotta open the gate too. That's another thing. Because it's pretty funny. I don't remember who opened the gate the one time we got out. And I'm sorry, Black. The one time most of us got out.
Oh
So,
yeah, like I said, sacrificial lamb. Go ahead.
but you know what though, Black? That was partially my fault because at that moment I had forgotten about the hatch. I had forgotten that if you're the last survivor, you could run to the hatch and get away. You don't have to go to the gate. And that was really my fault. I was like, "Run! You could run right by him," because all 3 of us ran right by him. He barely moved when we ran past him. So I'm like, "Oh man, he's slow, he sucks, whatever. You can run right by him." And I kept telling you that. I was like, go ahead, run past him, Black." And he got you.
Hmm.
So that was my fault. But yeah,
And I thought about it, but I couldn't say anything because my audio was out at the time.
oh yeah. Yeah, I really wish I had actually said something. So, but the purpose of the killer coming after all of the survivors is because he's trying to basically stick you on these hooks to make you to sacrifice you to something called the entity. And when you're on the hooks, the entity comes down and engulfs you, and it's weird. It's really freaky, man. But that game is such an adrenaline rush. It is ridiculous how adrenaline rush that, I mean, how much it has, because like as soon as you see that killer coming at you, you can actually see the red light. You see, hear your heart beating and all that. That it just gets you going. Like I almost want to like I don't know if I did it or not, but I like felt like I yelled in y'all's ear a couple of times. And that's another reason why I didn't want to. I would have played and let my daughter play with us. Well, one, she wasn't here that night, but I would have set it up for a day that she was here. But when she's playing that game, she gets really into it and she really yells. And I'm like, nah, y'all don't need to hear that in y'all's ear right now. So yeah, like she's like, oh yeah, she yells and she goes off and she's like all cursing and everything. Like my daughter is like a true gamer. Like when it comes to that, it's crazy.
I would
So
find that just as somebody that's watched her grow up from a distance,
uh-huh.
I would find that so hilarious to hear her cursing.
Oh man, I need to actually just record. Like when I think I'm gonna do that. One time I'm gonna record on ours and then just like put it on our TikTok or something like that. Trust me, you've heard me go off before. She's got my mouth when it comes to that. She really does. So yeah, it's pretty funny. She's a trip. So anyway, that's pretty much the gist of it. Fellas, give me your thoughts. Starting with Chris. Give me your thoughts on the difference of the gameplay and the boards and stuff like that, and the killers, because we didn't really get into a lot of the different killers. I think we only had two. I think we had the Trapper, and we had the Scream guy, and then
Yeah.
we had Chucky. I
And
think
we
those
had
were
that demon lady, whatever she was.
okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
the boat
La
lady.
Llorona or something like that. Demon
Mhm.
Lady. Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay. I think we got a movie with her in it, but I haven't watched it.
yeah,
But
I think that's the one it was. I can't remember. I could be wrong though. But go ahead.
mhm. Yeah, it was. I was really glad that it had the tutorial levels that you could play before you actually got started.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I was a little concerned about how it was going to go when we actually jumped into it without any experience, but I was prepared to fully go ham and just have fun. But I was I was glad that we actually did get to try out the mechanics and a little bit before we actually got started. But it was pretty, as far as like in the way that it was. And once we got into the actual gameplay, it was pretty easy to pick up. At least for the most part. It was I guess it's one of those games where it's kind of easy to start off with, but yeah, in order to get some of the subtleties, like especially like the little puzzle part of the fixing the machines and whatnot, and trying to keep
Mm-hmm.
from making noise when you're doing that, was pretty cool as far as a gameplay mechanic went. It was just, and every time the thing popped when you were trying to fix something, yeah, that was unnerving, but
Yeah.
it just added to the fun for me.
Right. Yeah. That's part of the adrenaline rush that I was talking about, because of the whole popping thing, and that was a quick time event, kind of. But I mean, like
Mhm.
you had to actually do it, as well as like when you get picked up. That was like another quick time event where you had to keep hitting those buttons to kind of wiggle yourself out, which I think I failed every time.
Mhm.
Michael Myers, I think that's who we had, didn't we? We had Michael Myers one time, or no, it was somebody else, or a clown or something. I can't remember. I don't remember. We've played a couple of different games that night though.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was such an adrenaline rush. So, like, tell me your thoughts about it too. Because like you, when we played, you was back and forth. You sound like you were back and forth about it, and you was just like, nah, I can't go out like that. So, tell me your
Well,
thoughts
that
about it, Black.
yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that because yeah, I'm pretty sure you know Slim. Us Tauruses, we're very stubborn. So
Right.
I refuse to just be killed and at least not win once. That is
Hmm.
that is that is my nature. So uh it sounded like I was enjoying it, and at certain points I was enjoying it because I guess trying to figure out the generators and getting all the generators up and running and your adrenaline is pumping like you mentioned before.
Hmm.
Uh knowing that, man, if I mess up this generator and if I do it too much, it's gonna make a loud noise. It's gonna draw them right to it.
Right.
That part I was a little excited about. I'm thinking like I'm gonna kill all these generators. I'm gonna get them all up. And I think
Mhm.
the first time we played, and I got used to it, I did real good. But the other two times, I was like, man, I'm just messing up generators.
Yeah,
But
you were really good. I do notice that, like, because you are on the first board, you're the one who got like at least two of those generators
mhm,
running, and you did really good in the first board, and then after that, yeah, like it was just, they were just getting towards you. They were getting to you, man. Yeah.
yeah,
So I think
yeah.
I
I
think
mean,
that adrenaline was messing you up a little bit.
yeah. It was killing me because I was like, I'm like, man, I, I I was like, man, I don't even know if I even want. I'm just gonna stay in this locker, and then once the killer goes away, I'll go work on another generator. But I'm trying not to get hacked up.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
for me, I just wish the only thing about it is I wish that the people that were escaping, the people you play as, I wish they
Mhm.
had better ways to defend themselves. Because
Right.
if you're dealing with that floating lady, she was so fast. It's like, yo, you can't run. You ain't gonna outrun her. And Junkie was
Mhm.
super fast. you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
he was real fast. You
Yeah.
know, you know, cutting your Achilles tendons and stuff like that. It's shorty. You know, but
Yeah.
I just that's the only thing about it. I wish there were better ways to, obviously you can kind of like drop pallets and stuff like that, or you can
Mhm.
sabotage hooks and stuff like that. But I think they should give other players more options because the killers they're fast. They can cut you. Once they cut you once, man, it slows you down. Then they get you again. They hang you up on the hook. It's like,
And you can juke them too, because some of the killers, they actually have, when you play as a killer, they actually have a limited view on some of them. The ones
mhm,
that are really fast, they give them a limited view.
mhm,
It's like only where that red spot sees or something like that. I forgot because I haven't played them in a while, so
mhm,
I do remember each killer that's played. There's a different thing that happens that you do that kind of gimps them a little bit, so they're not too overpowered. But for the most part, you're right. I think they should have a little bit more to kind of defend yourself or do something. You could have some kind of boosters or something to actually make it more just different. So
That would be the one thing that would keep me from playing a game on a regular. I mean, well, it would be something I don't think I would play on a regular, but it would be something I might pop into every once in a while.
mhm.
But the thing that really would keep me from doing that is, the not being able to fight back.
Right.
Matter of fact, a couple of horror games that just one particular series that I'm flaking on the name right now,
Mhm.
where you're kind of locked into this lab where this dude is doing these experiments on you and stuff, and you got to try to escape. But one of the things that's kept me away from that game is the fact that you are hiding most of the time. I think I've been kind of wanting to mess with like Alien Isolation, which has got a kind of a similar thing, and I
yes,
think you get to fight back a little bit more in that one. So
yes,
that would
Mhm.
probably
yes.
be more my speed.
Mm.
I've been wanting to try that game. I've been
Mm.
wanting to try that game, and I heard it was like it's got that crazy creepy vibe,
Yeah.
and you got that alien stalking you the whole time,
Hmm.
but you can make gadgets and stuff like that and
Yeah.
all that good stuff. So it's like, yeah, I've been waiting to play that game.
The worst thing
Uh,
I've heard about that one is I've heard that it goes on a little bit too long. They said when you get to there's a certain point that you get to about halfway through the campaign to where they're like, yeah, you might want to stop at that point because they were like they they kind of pad out the game and the story after that, but it still seems like that looks like it might be kind of fun.
mm. Okay. Yeah. Um. So, did y'all know this is actually, it's funny too because that had cross-platform play too. So if you know somebody with another system, I didn't realize it until recently, until I started looking back up about the games to talk about this, that it had cross-platform. My daughter might have told me, but her and all her friends have Xboxes. All her friends, her and the friends that she game with has Xboxes. So my niece, she's a gamer with a PC. She's a PC gamer, so I think she actually, now talking about it, I think she's actually played Dead by Daylight with my daughter before. I think so. Yeah, but that's kind of cool that it's actually cross-platform. So it goes across Xbox and Nintendo and PlayStation and PC. So
Yeah.
that's dope.
I knew it was cross-platform. What I didn't realize when we started playing it was that I already owned the game.
Yeah. That's wild too. So putting it on your actual Xbox instead of playing it on your computer.
No,
So
actually, well, I need to put it on my computer and not play it on my Xbox because I finally let my live run out. So
yeah,
yeah,
no.
that's
That's what
why
I'm
I've been
saying.
playing more.
What I
Oh,
was
okay.
saying though is when we played, you should have played it on your computer instead of your Xbox. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
and
saying. Yeah. So you could have actually played it, because you already own the game. You could
yeah,
have, is what I was saying, though. Yeah.
yeah,
So
and I probably wouldn't have had the same audio issues because I got more options here.
yeah. There you go. There you go. Well, overall, I want to wrap up this because I really, really wanted to get into off the cuff talk today. So overall, fellas, uh, final thoughts. Do you think that you will actually try to play the game? Mainly, I'm asking this, especially if you Black, because you didn't get the win that you wanted. So, do you think you would give the game another shot? Black, go
uh,
ahead.
Slim, a Taurus appealing to the very, very thing that I cannot resist. Good job. Yes, I will give it another try because I took all those L's and I just ain't going down like that.
Word, yeah. Oh, word, yeah, for sure, for sure. What about you, Chris? Do you think you'll give it another shot?
Yeah, especially now that I know that I already own it. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and download it onto this computer eventually, and then matter of fact, probably within this weekend sometime, and then at least mess around with the tutorial levels a few more times.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna go blind online because I don't that ain't my thing. I'll hang out with friends, but other than that though, yeah, I'll mess around with the tutorials.
Yeah. Yeah, for real, for real. And for me, I definitely think that I'll play it again. I don't think that I will play with anybody other than y'all. I may play it with my daughter one time, but again, man, she just goes off. Like I, I, it's worth Chris, especially her growing up. It's worth you playing with her one time so you can see how she goes off. Like seriously, she does the same thing in Call of Duty too. Like when it
Mm.
comes to Call of Duty, she really goes in. And I don't know if Black, I don't know if you remember, but our boy E used to actually like he hated playing GTA with her because she was ruthless in GTA. So
Yeah, 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 yeah.
he's mentioned it
Will
before.
used to talk about your daughter,
Yeah, yeah,
she
she's pretty.
she just goes hard, man. That's what
Yeah,
she
yeah,
do.
yeah. I mean, she's pretty ruthless when it comes to gaming because I basically kind of raised her that way, which is hilarious. Only because I didn't want her to jump online on an online game, and some dude jumps in and just starts taking advantage of her, and she's not having a good time.
Mm,
I wanted her to get on that game and be able to enjoy herself, whether she's playing well or not. I wanted her to
mm.
enjoy herself.
Yeah,
And
no
I
doubt.
didn't want some a-hole to mess up her good time. So when I started teaching her how to play, and it is so funny. I've said this before. I think I've said this before. I started teaching her how to play when everyone got the new Xboxes, and I was on the Xbox 360. So everybody got the Xbox One. I was still on the 360. So she and I started playing Call of Duty together. I think it was Advanced Warfare. It might have been Advanced Warfare. It might have been something else.
Mm.
But yeah, that ever since then, she's been off. She's been going off, and it's pretty hilarious. Anyway, we're gonna finish up. We're gonna go ahead and do off the cuff here. So uh either way, overall, I think I will be good to play. So maybe hopefully one day we'll get back on. We say we're ready for it. We'll get back on and we'll actually get that win in, hopefully. It's
Yeah.
all good. We didn't get our W this time. We'll get our W next time. It's all good, fellas. But this leads me into because it was spooky season, I kind of wanted to actually get us to talk about just different things off the cuff, and some of the stuff is going to be spooky season related. So, really quick answers because we're like I said, we're kind of coming up on time, but not really. I mean, but I kind of wanted to kind of keep this a little short, not too short, but I still wanted to keep this short because we really only played the game a little bit, but I still wanted to get in this end of the season type deal. and Off the Cuff went great. I really loved it. That was fun. So I want to kind of go off on a couple of different other things too. So that's gonna be cool. All right, starting off, my first question I have for y'all is, what's your most memorable Halloween? Starting off with Senior. We go with you.
Man, I'm like, probably, ew. The one I remember the most is we went to we took my granddaughter out trick or treating, and tragically we were going to go to this to one of our favorite Chinese food restaurant after
Mhm.
we finished, and tragically we got there and that place was closed permanently.
Permanently. That's just jacked
Yes,
up.
I
That's
think I
disrespectful.
stood there in front of that building just doing the Florida Evans damn for about 5 minutes before they consoled me
Right.
enough to pull me back into the car.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I would, if my favorite Chinese food restaurant closed, it's one by a Food Line, which a lot of good Chinese food restaurants are by Food Lines. But if that one closed, I would be so upset. I would be in tears, man, because that one they're so good. They're so good. So I sympathize and I apologize. I didn't even do it, and I apologize because I'm hurting. That hurt me. So Black. What was your most memorable Halloween?
Mine's was when I lived in Miami. And you know how we have Howl-O-Scream here. You know, you got Howl-O-Scream in Busch Gardens.
Mhm.
Uh, well, in Orlando they got Halloween Horror Night. So
Is
we
that
actually
Orlando
went.
Busch Garden or is that Universal?
That's all.
Because
That's Universal.
okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So um, we went there, and I'm thinking, I'm a very tough person to really spook, but they had one haunted house that I'll never forget, and the it was a room that they had in the haunted house. It was checkerboard, and I'm like, is this supposed to scare me? But the people were blended. They were wearing checkerboard suits, and they
Okay,
blended in the walls.
that's really
And I'm
creepy.
like, and then they had the strobe light going, so the strobe light was messing with your senses, you know. So I looked at my homeboy. I'm like, hey man, does it look like those walls coming closer? Is this some type of escape room or something?
What?
And
What?
then all of a sudden, they rush you. Whoa! I ain't gonna lie, I almost stole on one of them. I almost stole on one of them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I know that's their job, but he almost got hit because that spooked me out. When I say I got the f out that room so quick, I was kind of pushing my other homeboys like go man, go.
That's wild. That is so wild, yo.
I don't scare easy, but that room got that room got me.
Word. That's what's up. Wow. Yeah. So it's so funny because you talking about that. That is why I stopped going to haunted houses because I was worried about me actually hitting somebody. I was really worried about that. And last year was the first time in many years that I went to haunted mazes at Haunted Hunt Club Farms. My cousin came down. Shout out to Ruby. What's up, Ruby? My cousin came down and she visited, and we wanted something to do, so we went ahead and we took everybody to Haunted Hunt Club Farms. Now, I will never do that again. I would go to Haunted Hunt Club Farms with the wife, but I would never pay for so many people again, only because only the three adults, which is so funny. We went three adults, one teenager, and two mini adults, like in their 20s, right? Only the three adults did almost every maze, and my cousin did every maze. My wife and I didn't do the last one only because it was so full. The line was so long. It was getting closer to the time they were going to close down, and we didn't feel like waiting. So we was like, screw it. I said, once my cousin gets off of that ride, she gets out of that maze, then we'll just go ahead and take off. But um, The teenagers were so scared. No, not the teenagers. Sorry. I don't think her daughter was scared. Her daughter was just. I think her daughter just might have been out of it that night or whatever. I can't remember for sure. But either way, she wasn't scared. My daughter was scared. My daughter was scared to do it. So she did. I think she went on one maze and she was like, nope. And then I think her boyfriend might have had a headache or something like that. But either way, though. Yeah, I would never do that again to pay for everybody. I was like, look, if anybody's going, they can go, but yeah, you're just gonna sit down. I'm gonna let you just sit and chill unless you're gonna go on one of these yourselves, and you can pay per ride. You can pay the ticket per ride or whatever. I'm not gonna get all the rides again, but that was really fun. I got a picture with one of the like a dude looked like a demon or something like that. I got a picture with that dude because he tried to come up and scare me, and it was one of those things where you could feel somebody, and I was like, "There's something beside me, isn't it?" And then Tanya's like, "Yeah," because and then I looked, and I was like, and I was startled because of the look. You're not expecting that
Yeah.
exact face, but you knew it was gonna be a scary monster beside you, so it startled me, and I was like, "Oh, you got me really good, really good." And I was like, "Yo, can I get a picture with you?" And we took a picture. So that was cool. That was really fun. So, but that wasn't my most memorable one. My most memorable Halloween was my first Halloween I was allowed to trick or treat. So I grew up in a very I don't want to say religious home because I'm not going to sound negative about that, but I grew up in a very spiritual home, and my mother didn't believe in Halloween, trick or treating, and all that. So for years we didn't go trick or treating. However, my elementary school always had like a little Halloween festival, so we would always go to that. My mom would volunteer for that and everything like that because it wasn't really Halloween related. It was more like fall. I think it was called the fall festival. So for many years from childhood, all the way from kindergarten all the way up to 5th grade, I went to these fall festivals, and I don't remember what year it was that I went. I do remember that I was older, I guess. I can't remember. I almost want to say it was like 10 or 11 or something like that. But I can't remember if I was in elementary school or I was in middle school, but I think it was elementary school. Um I had to look back and see. And my brother and I, for some reason, my brother and I, we said, "Hey, we're still in costume because we came back from the festival. I think my mom was still working the festival. We were allowed to walk home because we lived so close to the school. We were allowed to walk home, and my mom was still working at the festival that night. And for some reason, my brother and I, we just decided to go trick or treating, and we went trick or treating, and we only went to like maybe 3 houses. I think it was like 3 houses, 3 or 4 houses. But we already had candy and stuff like that, so it looked like we were trick or treating. But that feeling of actually trick or treating, like I already loved Halloween, but that just like set that whole love of Halloween ablaze. It was like crazy. It was I that just that first feeling of actual trick or treating made me like the Halloween person that I am. This is why I have a cemetery in my front yard right now, and I have the cemetery and the Grim Reaper. Which, if you check our TikTok out, well, check my TikTok out. I'll give you the TikTok at the end of the show. Check my TikTok out. I'm about to do some recording of it, and like tomorrow, I think, once I finish the complete setup, and I'm gonna do a walkthrough of the yard walkthrough, so everybody check it out. You can check the video out. I'll probably post it on Facebook and all that too, and Instagram. So, uh, but again, that was just that just was the flame. That just started it. I went trick or treating a couple times after that. Nothing had the magic as that first one for some reason, but it was still great. I loved it. And I even remember in middle school, somebody who had a Halloween party. I stopped in at the Halloween party for a little bit, and I rather went trick or treating in middle school. So that was hilarious. So anyway, so uh, horror movie related, really quick. Um, horror movie related. Let's say I'm trying to think of a good movie. Okay, let's say Nightmare on Elm Street. How soon do you think y'all would survive? How long do you think you survive a Nightmare on Elm Street? Black, you go first.
What like in what type of scenario? We talk about
Freddie,
we just
like any
it's
type of
just right
Nightmare
in
on
there.
Elm Street. Yeah, any of the Nightmare on Elm Street's episodes. I mean,
Well,
you
well,
can
well, well. As far as the movies, as far as
the
the
movies.
movies, definitely not the first one. I'll
Okay.
die in that one. But I mean, if you talk about Dream Warriors and the Dream Master and stuff, no, I'll live in them Jones. I'll survive.
Word, word.
Them Jones was too funny to me to ever scare me. I'm like, man, come on, these corny
Okay.
jokes, and then you come on.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. For real, for real. Yeah, I can see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. What about you, Chris? What are you thinking? Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I'm about the same way. I'm like that first one. He was a little bit more ruthless. It seemed like in that first one. So and by Dream Warriors, they had figured out a way to actually fight back. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, even
Is
though it
Dream
kind
Warrior,
of didn't work because he eventually came back, but
is
Yeah,
Dream Warriors the one where he saw his daughter, where his daughter pulled him out?
no, that was like the fourth one, I think. Fourth
yeah,
or
that's
Oh,
like the
fifth.
okay.
fourth one or
Yeah.
fifth one, something like that. Yeah, Dream
Yeah,
Warriors
okay.
was the third one where you had the kids in the mental hospital.
Okay. Okay. I think
Yeah.
I partially remember. I think so. I think I partially remember that one. I do remember the kids being in the mental hospital. I was just it's there was so many of them and they were all over the place. They were really all over the place. Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
retract back right quick?
Uh-huh.
Can I retract back right quick
Yeah.
to Universal Studios and Halloween Horror Nights? Real fast,
Uh-huh.
real fast. I'm going turbo here. But there was another room. There was another room. It didn't quite scare me as much as that checkerboard room, but this room was like you're walking in this some type of heavy metal bar, and there's these girls in cages, like these grown women in cages, and
Mm-hmm.
they're dancing seductive, but they looking all messed up and stuff like that. But you can tell they're dancing seductive. So me and my homeboys was like, this is why I was single. We got, man, let's go up to them. There ain't nothing scary about that. And they're telling you to come on, come on, come on. And then all
Right.
of a sudden, they got our attention. All of a sudden, these other dudes start rushing. The other
Oh.
people in the house, they got us, I was like, all right, y'all got us, man. Y'all got us. I just wanted to say that right quick. They Universal Studios, man,
They know
they
what they're
be
doing.
they know what they doing.
Were
For
they
real.
more or less attractive than the nurses from Silent Hill?
You know what? As soon as he said that, that's the first thing that came to mind. But go ahead, Chris.
No, they were
What?
way more attractive than nurses for
Oh.
Silent Hill
Okay.
because the way they did that makeup. I mean, they had to make it look scary with blood and stuff like that. But the way they were dancing and stuff, and they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Okay, well what about from Resident Evil 5? Was it 5? Was it Village? Resident Evil Village. The Madame Dimitrescu and her daughters. Were they more attractive
Man,
than them? Because I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. As
no,
spooky
I ain't going. No, they
as
no, they won't because them bras was hopefully my wife couldn't hear this podcast, but they was all right. They was all right.
yeah,
That's as far as I
and
know.
that's what I was about to say. As spooky as them girls were, especially with all the blood on their faces and stuff like
Yeah,
that, they were still a little hot. They
yeah,
were.
and
It's
not to
weird to
mention,
say.
you
Go
know,
ahead.
they got it from their mama because their
Yeah,
mama was
because
their mama was their
yeah,
mom was
she
two C's
she
thick.
man,
Yes.
she was what do you call she was Amazon to the 10th power.
Word.
Man, bruh, yo, the cosplayers know how to do it right because so far all the cosplay women are like like I don't want to say plus size because some of them aren't even plus size, but they're bigger,
Yeah.
thicker women, and they play that costume up. They look perfect in the costume. They are playing it right, just like her, and I'm like, man. But yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, when I first seen her in like the commercials and stuff like that, I'm like, oh wow, that character is really hot. But then when you see her and you play in the game, it's like anytime you see that lady coming, you about pee on yourself
Yeah,
because
I'm trying to tell you, she was just. I'm like, and she had a real attitude problem. Do you see when she hung up the phone when she was talking to when the girl said that I think she got some bad news that somebody
uh-huh,
one of the people's died in the house.
yeah.
She hung up the phone. She was mad as hell.
Oh man, that was hilarious, dude. That was I love yeah, but I love that. I love that. That was dope. That was dope. Yeah, we could actually go in some more detail about hot scary characters, but we're gonna leave that one on the table for right now. Maybe next spooky season we'll talk about that. But I'm trying to think of a good scenario here. I'm trying to see which one of us would last longer in some of these scenarios because you know what? That's gonna be another one. We're gonna do that one another time. I'm gonna come up with a good scenario and see like who would survive this scenario because I want to see like how some of our thinking will work. See which one of us would go first. But go ahead, Chris.
I learned everything I needed to learn from what was the daggone movie? Night of the Demons. The original Night of the Demons.
Yeah,
I learned
yeah.
everything I need to know to survive from that. If the demons come in the house, go out of the house. If demons come out the house, go in the house. Go just the opposite way of the demons. That was a valuable lesson, and it paid off in that movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
True.
I won't say who survived.
You can say the brother. Yeah, the brother. You know, and it's
which
so
was
funny.
rare for a movie back then.
And it's so funny because I want to see the movies when you know, the black people survive. So for the longest time it seemed like it was like the black people died first, which was crazy. And then there was so much, but you know what though? I've said this on another episode though. That episode that sequel to Friday the 13th, when that black dude was giving it to Jason, throwing them like haymakers and everything at him, straight rocking him.
One punch, bro.
And then Jason hit him with one punch. At least brother didn't go out bad. Like seriously,
at least he got him a couple times, bro.
So the bad part is, dude ended up, his head went into a trash can. Like, you know, that was bad. That was horrible the way it was.
Look, man, I knew it was. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming because he was getting off too much. I was like, he messing him up. So
he was doing.
It's only gonna be one time.
Wow.
I honestly think that was the last one of those movies that I saw all the way through because of that.
Yeah. Man, that was really dope. That was really dope time. But anyway, so we're gonna revisit our you know, see which one of us will actually last. We're gonna revisit that another time. And we're running up on time here because Black has got to take off too. So we're about to run up on time. Really quick though. Can you tell me any kind of jump scare, whether it's in a video game or anything that made you scream? And if it's a video game, that definitely drop your controller. Anything that you can think of. Chris, go ahead first.
Yes. Dinosaur Crisis. There's a scene in Dinosaur Crisis where this daggone T-Rex comes through this wall or through this window, and I screamed and I scared my child at the time. Man, Chris was a toddler at the time, and I scared the hell out of him.
Like he started crying basically.
Yeah, and and right before that, the dogs from the first Resident Evil game. I'm sorry, where they when they come through the window. I don't care, knowing it's gonna happen, and it still gets to me to this day.
Yeah, that was exactly the one I was gonna go with. But go ahead, Black. You got one?
Yeah, I do have one, and it is called Resident Evil 1 remake on the first. It first came out on the GameCube, but there is they have in that game Crimson Head zombies. So in the original Resident Evil, if you kill a zombie, they don't mutate; they just stay dead. But in the remake, if you kill a zombie and you do not burn it, it will mutate into a Crimson Head, which means they have the ability to, if you let them sit there and mutate, and you know, in the original Resident Evil, the remake, there's a couple of times where you just gotta go back and forth because you're finding keys and stuff like that. But anyways, if you pass that zombie after it's mutated, it pops up the moment you pass them, and it is the creepiest, scariest thing in Resident Evil Remake 1. Those Crimson Head zombies are no joke. They are dead. It's so scary that my mom used to watch me play it, you know, and she couldn't watch it. She won't play it. She just couldn't watch it.
Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. You know, because there was a couple different things, but my wife told me, do not let my daughter watch me play. Even though my daughter used to fall asleep with my wife and I. When I worked night shift, my wife would have my daughter in our room. And my wife and daughter used to fall asleep to watching like scary things, like, well, not scary things, but they watch Underworld. So she used to fall asleep watching the Underworld series, and I'm like, really? And then like she was like 8 at the time or something like that. I can't remember how old she was. She was young. She was really young, and they used to fall asleep. I'm like, really? But anyway, yeah, I couldn't play Silent Hill and all that. So, yeah, and it's so funny you talk about the Crimson Zombies. I have not been able to play that yet. I still haven't played that remake with that yet.
Man, it's on another level.
Right. Yeah. So, and like I said, Chris took mine. The thing that made me jump, the most memorable one that made me jump, was that first dog in Resident Evil that jumps through that door at you. That was my first jump scare that I remember from a video game. There's movies and stuff like that, different things, jump scares that I've had, and there's other stuff that's what I'm saying, yeah. But that's the one that sticks in my mind the most, that I remember the most. Is that dog coming out of that door window, because you don't expect it, and then all you hear is the glass shatter, and you see the dog, and it's just like, oh yeah. So
And
Yeah,
it
bro.
still
Yeah,
happens in the remake. They just changed the
yeah,
location so you don't expect it when it happens.
yeah,
exactly. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's why
and
I was about to say that. There's a lot of stuff they changed up in the remake.
Yeah. And
yeah, yeah,
oh,
and I think I
and a shout
remember
out to
seeing that too.
yeah, and a shout out to the scene in Deep Blue Sea when Samuel Jackson.
Man,
That was
bro,
dope.
bro,
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
The Neptune scene.
yes,
I'm trying to
yeah.
tell you.
Yeah, he's like, now we're gonna
That
get
was
this,
just
dude. We're gonna
raw.
do this. And he's like, now we're gonna do it. And in the middle of that, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
you kidding me? Yo, there was another movie. I'm trying to think of what movie it was, and there was a scene similar to that. And all I can remember is as soon as it happened, I was like, you know, and it was just like that. And that's all I can say. And it just happened. And I remember I stood up. It was one of those when you stood up and you jump back because of the jump scare. And sorry for everybody if I just yelled in the mic, but then again, I'll probably be bleeping that part out anyway, so it doesn't matter. But it was wild, and I really wish I could remember the movie. But there's so many different other movies that have similar scenes like that, just like that Deep Blue Sea scene with Samuel L. Jackson. That was dope. That was really dope. So, but anyway, so that's our time for right now. This season was really fun. It was really fun, and we did so much. We had a new guest this season that I'm going to try and get him on some more shows, just so he can kind of interact a little bit more with us. A couple of different things, because I would really like y'all to be on the show with them too. So probably our next like one of our shows when we're actually doing recording too, we can actually have chat with Jason on the show too. That would be fun. I want to get us some more guests next season too. I'm hoping we can get some more guests. I forgot that we had our guest Reggie. Reggie was on the beginning of the season. So I got to bring Ruby back. You definitely want to bring Ruby back. I might even try to get my niece back, because once I start PC gaming, there's a couple games I want to try out too. So I might get my niece back. I want to get some more people. If you listen to this and you're a gamer, you do anything, you hit us up, email us and all that. I'm about to give you all that stuff. Hit us up on our socials, because we would love to have some guests. I tried to get some other interviews and people just, I guess they didn't take me seriously. I don't know. It's all good though. I can't wait to get back to some more Comic-Cons. I'm hoping to get to a couple different ones. I got to do a lot of traveling next year, so I don't know how many Comic-Cons I'm going to make it to. I want to get you guys to some of these Comic-Cons. I'm hoping that we can actually all, go to one. I need an entourage for Show Enough, so I'm hoping we can get Show Enough entourage on one of these too. I'm
I
hoping.
already told you who I'm gonna be. I told you I'm gonna be what do you call Crunch or either Beast, one of them.
Crunch or Beast. From what? What's that from
From
again?
His sidekicks.
Crunch and Beef
That was
Crunch
one
and
of the
Beef
sidekicks names?
is
Dude,
sidekicks, man.
You know what? I feel so ashamed, only because I don't remember their names. I just remember the sidekicks, but I don't remember their names. You know what I'm saying? Just like
I don't
the
remember none of
dudes
the
that
ladies'
was
name.
oh man, yeah. Was Valerie? Oh man, and I'm saying I feel so bad because I don't remember what her name was. I'm gonna have to rewatch it, and it's in theaters right now anyway. So I need to just go ahead and rewatch the movie. Honestly, because everyone's names is blanking me out. But is it Veronica? Veronica Childs, was that her name? It was something like that. Anyway, I don't remember. Anyway, though, definitely want to hit some Comic Cons. Oh man, I feel so bad that I don't know the names now too, because I knew all of
Yeah.
that. And it's like and it's one of those things where it's blanking me out right now, and I'm blanking, and I know it, but it's gonna bother me, but I don't feel like looking it up.
Well, it shouldn't bother you too much because remember it was all about showing up.
Yeah, right. Show
I don't
Enough
remember.
and Bruce Leroy.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
it's about
three
Show
names
Enough.
from that movie, and that's Show Enough, Leroy, and Vanity. I don't even know what her name
Yeah.
was, but
But
I
see,
know
that's what I'm saying. I knew it was
it
Vanity,
was
but I was trying to
Vanity.
remember her name from the actual movie, and I want to say it was like Veronica Childs or Vanessa or something like that. I think it was another V name though. But
No,
anyway,
when I mentioned the ladies, I was talking about because sure enough
so
had
enough
ladies on the
ladies. That's what
squad
he was
too.
talking about.
So yeah, that's what I was talking about. I
Yeah,
don't know none of their names. They ain't called
yeah.
out, but I only know Beast and Crunch because he called them out when he was giving the orders. You know what I'm saying? That's
Okay,
how I remember their name. Because he said,
okay.
Beast, find who said that when he was in a movie theater. Beast, find who said that. I got him, Joe. I got him. I got him, Joe. You gonna pull a little boy out the seat.
That was wild. That was wild. That was so funny. Yeah, I actually looked that up too. I need to go and make those adjustments to my costume too. Anyway, all right. Well, fellas, before we go, is there anything that y'all got? Chris, you got anything you want to say?
Just enjoyed myself as usual, and yeah, hope everybody has a great week and a great month.
Definitely. So yeah, we'll definitely be back. I don't know if we're gonna be back right in November. Or we'll probably do one in November because that starts the holiday season. But we're gonna at least have one in November, and then one in December, and I'll probably have a little bit of lives one. I might get one of the fellas to join me for some of these live ones too, just so because it's gonna be a lot of testing and stuff. But anyway, Black, what you got before we go?
Oh yeah, I got nothing, man. Just continue to listen to us, man. We appreciate the support. Uh, and give us some ideas, man. Tell us what your favorite game is. Tell us some of your best experiences regarding some games. We'll appreciate the feedback.
For real. Yeah, definitely. Hit us up. Hit us up. And if you want to know how to hit us up, you can actually email us at toldmywifepodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at toldmywifepodcast. You can follow us on Facebook. I told my wife I'm paying bills. You can subscribe to our YouTube page at I told my wife I'm paying bills podcast. You can actually find me on TikTok. Like I said, I'm at Slim Taurus 78. So it's Slim and then the word horse, like the sign, 78. You can find our podcast TikTok page. It's at Told My Wife Podcast. And hit us up if you got any feedback. You want anything you want to see, anything you want to hear us talk about, any games you want us to try. If you're a cosplayer, I want to talk to y'all. I want to interview some cosplayers. I want to interview some gamers, some different types of games. Hit us up. Let us know your thoughts. Let us, give us anything that we can actually. I want to bring the content to y'all about different game stuff, uh, gaming, entertainment. Any type of shows you want us to watch or anything like that. If I'm not gonna lie, okay, I'm not gonna lie. If someone recommends a show to us, I'm not gonna guarantee we will watch it. I will guarantee that we will attempt to watch it. At least 1 to 2 of us will attempt to watch it. I will guarantee that. At least 1 to 2 of us, so we can actually talk about it. And please do not take it to heart if it's not for us. We are 40-plus-year-old men who yeah, we came up at a certain time. We're not 100% set in our ways, but we have certain things that we like. So please do not take it to heart if you suggest something and it's something that we don't like, or we start watching it and we're like, oh, it's not for us. We will try to be fair and we'll try to be gracious about it, but do not take it to heart and don't take it offense that it's something we don't like. All right. But we really want to know, we really want to hear from you what you like, what you want us to see. Someone told me to watch One Piece. They kept talking about it. I finally did. I started watching it. It was slow for me, and I suffered through it. And I want to say it was like maybe the 4th or 5th episode. That's when I started getting into it, and now it's actually funny to me. I watch it all the time now. They got like I think it's over 500 episodes or something like that. I don't remember, but anyway, it was really good. It's really good. I actually too, if y'all haven't seen it, fellas, y'all should definitely watch. Oh, Black, I started watching the one Berserk. I started watching Berserk. I got a
Trying
Crunchyroll
to tell you.
subscription, and
Trying to
it was
tell you.
good. I'm gonna tell you, it's good, but it's really slow. So I need the action to come in a little bit harder and a little bit faster. So, but yeah,
So which Berserk are you watching?
I'm
Are
watching the
you
one. It just says Berserk. That's all. The one I'm
Is it?
watching so far, what it started out with Guts was he was like in the woods and he saved, like he walked into a tavern and he saved a little kid who was getting beat up or whatever, about to get beat up, and he actually
Oh, so
freed
you watching the 90s one?
okay, there's another one.
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, I'm not sure if when it was released. I'm not sure when it was released. I have
Does
to
it
go
kind of
back
like
and double
the
check.
does it got the old school animation and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
it's got a really weird animation. The animation is a little bit different. It looks like it's a cross almost between CGI and anime.
No,
It's a weird.
that ain't
It's
the
a
one.
little.
That ain't the one I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
It might
Okay.
be.
I'll
Yeah,
That
send
might be
you a
a
because
picture
little
of the one that I'm
yeah,
watching and see, but it's
yeah.
on Crunchyroll though. So and it's I think it's the only one on Crunchyroll. So, but anyway, yeah, like I was going back. Yes, we have a lot of different things that we can actually do. We're gonna watch. So I really want to get more of a content to y'all. So anyway, that's our time. Everyone, thank y'all for a great season, fellas. Thank you for a great season, Chris. I appreciate you joining us for this season and
No
starting
doubt.
out. From here on out. You know,
Thank y'all for having me, man. I've definitely thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I can't wait. I can't wait till we do that video. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pretty much like 2 episodes, 3 episodes away from doing video episodes. We'll
We
have
sure
more
are.
video episodes for y'all. We're only a couple episodes away. So thank y'all for sticking with us. Everyone who has our video episodes, they will probably be coming out mostly on YouTube. I'll find what other platforms we can actually put it on. But video episodes will be mostly on YouTube, but you'll still get the audio from that video in through Spotify, iTunes, and everything like that, all the different other platforms that we're on. So thanks again, everyone, for a great season. Looking forward to the next season. It's going to be so dope. Until then, I'm Slim.
And I am black.
And I'm Chris.
And whether you're binging or button mashing, we'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks a lot, everybody. Thanks for a great season, and happy Halloween to y'all.